Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The irony of today's video is I am using my DJI Pocket 1 to record this video, which is for the reveal and unboxing of my new camera, which is the DJI Pocket 3. I purchased this from Amazon. I also got the Amazon warranty on it, and I think it's like a 3-year warranty. So I got the creator pack. I'll put the price on screen so that you can see the price that I paid for this from Amazon, and then I'll also put the price for the Amazon warranty. The box came relatively quickly. I ordered it, and within 2 to 3 days I did have the item, and this is it. It came in a shrink wrapped box, and it's still shrink wrapped. I haven't opened it or anything, so this is the first time that we're gonna open this up. Okay, so now it's time to start the unboxing of the DJI Pocket 3. I have the creator pack, so this is the box. It says creator combo right there, and I have not opened this, but looking at the box, it says there is a DJI Mic 2 transmitter, battery handle. There's a wide angle lens in the box along with the camera. So let's just go ahead and open this up. The box is shrink wrapped, so first we're gonna have to get all of this plastic off. And now we've got to open up the box. There is like some security tape right here. That's what I had to remove. Now we're in. There's some silica gel. There is a box. Put that to the side, and let's see what's inside of this little box. Okay, so there's a case. So there's a case, and there seems to be instructions for using this case. And if you look on the inside, there seems to be places where you can clip additional accessories on the inside. There's nothing else in this box. Then there is another case on the inside, and this case is in plastic. Then there's a bunch of documentation in here. So I'll set aside all of the documentation and this box, and we're going to concentrate on what's inside of this bag. Okay, so let's open this bag and see what's on the inside. There goes the plastic wrapper. And now we have a pouch, a carrying pouch. I'm gonna open the pouch. And the pouch doesn't open all the way, or what it does is when you open it, at the very bottom is the camera. So this is the brand new camera. It's a lot bigger than the Pocket 1 that I'm using right now to film this video. So side by side, I'll take a picture and put it on the screen. But yeah, this is a lot bigger than the device, and it's a lot heavier as well. It feels a lot heavier. Looking at the screen, there is some covering that tells you how to operate the screen, rotate it to turn on and off the device. So you rotate it to turn on and off the device. This is a record and stop button, and then there's a built-in joystick. The Pocket 1, you needed an external accessory in order to do the joystick navigation on screen, or you can do it in the Mimo app. And also, what's missing from this device that is present on the DJI Pocket 1 is that attachment that allows you to attach to the phone. And the reason that's missing is this has built-in Bluetooth and Wi-Fi now, so you don't need to physically connect to the phone in order to interact with the Mimo app. You can do that from your phone as long as you have your Wi-Fi and Bluetooth turned on. There is a slot on the side here for the storage card, and the device is turned off, and you can see that the screen is kind of tucked into and protected inside of the gimbal. Okay, the gimbal design is similar to what is on the DJI Pocket 1, and the back has like some ridged covering on it, like a non-slip ridge covering. So I'm gonna leave that on for now, but let's see what else is inside of the case. There is no screw hole at the bottom. There's just a USB-C connector at the bottom, and then along the sides there seem to be a bunch of holes. So there's a hole up here, there is a hole here that I believe you would put a strap on. Not sure what this hole here is for. There is a hole here. Oh, this is probably to attach the battery handle. This hole here is to attach the battery handle, and then this is for your SD card, and then the name of the device is over here on the right side of the screen. Okay, so we're gonna set this aside. So I see two holes for, oh, and there's a hole in the back that looks to be for microphone as well. It's a little tiny hole right there. Okay, it's a lot heavier, a lot more girthy, and a little heavier and bigger than the Pocket 1. Alright, so now we're back in the bag, and there are a few more items. So let's take out the biggest item first. This is, it seems to be the battery attachment. Wow, and the glue on this is super strong. Okay, so this is an additional battery, so like an accessory battery, and there is a connector here. So if I were to grab the device, I can just line this up, and then yes, these two sides clip into the device. Okay, and it clips. And there's a battery indicator right here, so it makes it a little easier to hold the device. Okay. To disconnect, I believe you just press this, it releases those two side clips, and then it separates the two. Additional item in the bag is this smaller handle. Still has the USB-C port. There's the female side of the USB-C port in the front, and then at the bottom there is a screw hole, so you can attach it to a tripod or something like that. So I'm gonna take this and attach it to the Pocket 3. Clicks in place. On this one, it moves the USB-C hole to the back of the device. I said the front, but it's really moving it to the back. And then you can attach your tripod here. Okay. It seems this is the second time, even when I connected, it seems like you have to give it an extra push to make sure both sides clip in to the device. Alright, so I took this out, and this is another item that was in the case. And now this is a tripod stand, so I can screw it into the device, into the base of that handle. And now this can stand on its own. Now the Pocket 1 comes with, if you got the Creator Combo, it came with a mic attachment. This Pocket 3 now comes with a standalone wireless mic. And the front is pretty cool. I don't know if it's coming across on the camera, but you can see the circuit board on the inside as there's a clear cover. On the side there's a power, and it seems to be a pair button so you can connect it to the device. On the right side it seems like you have the ability to start and stop recording. There is a USB-C connector, and then there is a status light, and at the top is the microphone port. And then it seems like this entire thing here is the mic, and there's a hole where you can connect a lavalier mic to it as well. At the bottom there's some dots at the bottom, so I'm not sure what that is for just yet. I haven't read the manual and stuff. But let's set these two aside. So we have the carry case as well. Okay. Opening this additional item here, there are two things. So we have, they call this the dead cat. So this, to use this, I would just plug it into the hole for your mic, your lavalier mic. Then you got the dead cat right on the mic to reduce wind noise. And then this would go into these holes on the side, so if you're using the device, it makes it a little easier for you to kind of hold the device so that it doesn't fall. Okay. I'm gonna put that on later. There's a USB-C cable for charging. And then there is a smaller item, and this, I believe, is the wide angle. Yeah, this is the wide angle lens. So this would fit onto the camera lens of the Pocket 3. So I'm not going to open this just yet. All right, so that's all of the contents out of the box. So the next thing to do is to plug this bad boy in, get it charged up to some degree, and then turn it on. So that's up next. So I made a slight change to my plan. So I took the battery handle, connected it to the device, and then there is the ability to plug into the battery handle to charge both the battery handle and the device at the same time. So the battery handle shows that it is at 51%, and then the device itself is at 57%, and I also have the mic being charged at the same time. So killing multiple birds with one stone. And I have enough battery left in this battery pack to charge all three. I'm going to take my phone now and see what happens when I try to activate this device. So first thing I'm going to do is reach over, and then I'm going to rotate the screen. Okay, so I'm going to click on English. Okay, so I am going to click done. Searching for the device, and I'll flip the orientation of the camera. Recenter the gimbal, and then move the gimbal around. Alright guys, well I've activated the DJI Pocket 3. It's still charging up, as is the mic. So everything is kind of connected. And to turn it off, I am just going to rotate the screen counterclockwise. It turns off and it shows the battery screen. And both the DJI Pocket 3 and the battery handle on which it's sitting are charging up. So now the next thing to do is we need to go use this device and see what kind of images I can get out of it. Well, good morning guys. Today we're testing out my DJI Pocket 3 at a car show. So I am just wearing the dead cat on the wireless transmitter, and on the DJI Pocket itself I have no filters, no lens or anything. So we're just gonna walk around and just talk through the experience of using this for my first vlogging at a car show. So I am at Caffeine and Octane. It's very overcast today, and it looks as if it's gonna rain. If it does rain, I am gonna stop recording because this camera does not have like water protection or anything like that. Now, what I do like about the camera is I can on screen just click a button and flip the camera around, unlike with the Pocket 1 where I had to like click the button 3 times, but let's go ahead and do that. So here we are. We're checking out the cars. We're gonna start off with the exotics. We have all of these exotics that show up. And then we're gonna go into the show and then I'll give you my opinion of the camera. But so far, very easy to use. I've been using the on-screen controls. Now, when you turn on the Pocket 3, there are 2 ways to turn it on. You can turn it on using the power button, or you can turn it on by rotating the screen. I prefer to not rotate the screen because one of the things I liked about the Pocket 1 was the discreetness of it. And I think when you flip the screen and you put it into that landscape mode, it kind of draws attention to the camera. So keeping it in the screen and portrait in line with the camera itself is to me a lot more advantageous than doing the portrait and then calling attention to the camera. The camera feels heavier. It feels a lot heavier than the Pocket 1 that I used before, and it is a lot bigger, so I feel my hands have to get accustomed to it. I have pretty big hands, but I do have to get accustomed to holding the camera. So we're just gonna walk through the cars, and right now I have all of everything on the camera in auto. So color is normal, no filters or anything like that. Everything is auto. There's no custom settings or anything. Hey. All right, so we're just walking around and checking out the cars, and then we're gonna go to the show. I think pretty soon the guys are gonna start driving these into the show itself. It's a very nice wrap on this McLaren 570. We got a Lexus LFA. And there seems to be like some race cars over there, some carbon fiber type race cars. But more impressions on the camera itself. One of the things that I did not like with the Pocket 1 that I think might be a problem with this is the Pocket 1 has, it has 3-axis gimbal. So when you're walking and you get that up and down bobbing effect, that used to be a problem on the Pocket 1. I think it's probably going to be a similar problem on this. The Insta360 X3 that I use, even though the video quality is a lot worse, the Insta360 has very good stabilization. So when you're walking, you don't get the bobbing up and down effect. This is really nice. I like the interior of this. It has like the houndstooth on the seat, and it has the PDK gearbox. The only thing I don't like is this shifter for the PDK manual, for the PDK transmission. But other than that, very nice car. So yeah, that's the only thing I don't like with the, that's the one thing I don't like with the Pockets. They don't have that stabilization to prevent the up and down bobbing. Looking at the screen right now and looking at myself, I can see that the color quality compared to the Pocket one is a whole lot better. Looking across the top, I can see that the mic is recording, even though it seems like I might be shouting, so I may have to adjust the audio levels a little bit. But yeah, what I want to do now is I want to get some pictures. Alright guys, so what we're watching now is we're watching all of the supercars and the exotics drive into the show, and I wanted to touch on a few things that I've picked up right away using the camera. I'm not sure. First thing I want to see is the audio quality. Can I hear myself over the noise of these cars as they drive by? So I'll check that out in post and see. I'm shouting right now, so chances are I'm probably not gonna get good audio of myself. But with regards to the camera itself, there's been a few things that have changed between the Pocket 1 and the Pocket 3 that I think is really, really cool. So on the Pocket 1, there were two buttons on the face of the camera. One was a power button, and then the other was the button that would start and stop recording. So they've changed things around. We have a button and a gimbal control now on the camera. For the power button, long press turns on the power, short press starts and stops recording. On the Pocket 1, long press would turn on the camera, short press would change. Oh, this is a nice blue. Okay, so we got some Audi yaris, V10, AMG GT, we got a Lexus LFA. Behind the Lexus LFA, we have an LC500, a couple of Lotuses, Nissan GTRs, NSX, Acura, two Acura NSXs, and a bunch of Corvettes. But going back to the device, so the power button on the Pocket 3, long press turns it on, short press starts and stops recording. On the gimbal control itself, you double click that to recenter the gimbal. To switch the view of the camera, you have to use an on-screen control, which I think is really, really cool. So yeah, even though you have to relearn how to use the camera, I think a lot of the controls are a lot better. So now I'm gonna walk around. I wanna start taking a lot more pictures. All right guys, well, we are in the show and there's quite a few cars out and a lot of people. One thing I noticed with the gimbal, now that it is on the camera, and the camera being such a compact unit, I find that my fingers are hitting on the gimbal, and when you hit the gimbal, what it does is it moves the gimbal around. So that's probably one of the flaws in the design of this camera. The other thing is, because of the size as well, you definitely need the safety strap. So my fear is, as I'm walking around, if I drop the camera, it may just obliterate the device. So the safety strap is really, really hard to put onto the camera. The hole is very small, and it's very difficult to get the safety strap in. But, so yeah, the gimbal control, it seems to get in the way. My finger seems to be touching it at all times. And then you definitely need the safety strap on this. But I am loving the on-screen control, being able to flip the device around without having to triple clip the button. Oh wow, that's really, really nice. Okay, so going back to the gimbal control and the placement of the gimbal control, I was just walking around and just not really paying attention to anything. I looked on the screen and then I saw there was a message that said gimbal endpoint met. And apparently my fingers moved the gimbal all the way to either one of the extreme corners. So yeah, it is a little, if you're not using that extra accessory handle, it's kind of weird where the gimbal is, because your hands are going to touch it and it is going to move the gimbal when you don't really intend to. This car is really nice here. Looks like it's on air ride. Really, really nice. He's got dice hanging on the window. Let's go on the inside. I haven't done an interior shot just yet with this. Wow. Very long, sleek caddy. There you go again. My finger is touching the gimbal. So as I'm walking through the crowd and I have the screen in portrait and not vertical, the camera has pretty much disappeared in my hands. If you're looking, you will notice that I'm holding a camera, but for the most part, it's not drawing attention to the device itself. Okay, so I just noticed I just discovered some redundancy on the device. So if I triple click the gimbal control, it rotates it around, and you can also use the on-screen control to rotate the device. I want to check out this SF90 here. It's a Ferrari SF90. So this is one of those hybridized Ferraris. Yeah. Pretty nice. Then we've got a white Lamborghini Huracan. Is this a 599 Ferrari? I'm not an expert on the various Ferrari generations and stuff, but this is really long and sleek. So another thing the camera does that the Pocket 1 did not do was it could take video and photos in portrait as well as in vertical. So I just turned on the portrait capability. I don't think it does portrait 4K. I gotta look at the specs, but right now I am recording in portrait, and on screen the quality seems to be a little different from when I was doing vertical video. So yeah, now to turn on the portrait mode is a little different, right? So you have to go into the settings menu on screen, and then you can switch between landscape and portrait. But it's really neat that the device allows you to shoot both in portrait and landscape. But it is time for me to wrap this video up, guys. So the next thing I need to do is to get into post and see what comes out of the camera. I can tell you from an ease of use standpoint, much improved. The one big demerit with the camera is the placement of the gimbal button. It seems as if you need to use that extended handle so your thumb is not right on top of the button when you're holding and recording, because I find myself recentering the gimbal a lot. Very easy to record with, I like the versatility of being able to extend the screen into portrait or landscape mode. I like keeping it in portrait, so it's a lot more discreet. The form factor, pretty good. The weight, pretty good. It seems to have good battery life. I've been recording for well over 2 hours continuously, and I am still at half battery life, which is pretty good. Being able to flip the camera from portrait to landscape for capturing, pretty good as well. And the inclusion of the mic, the wireless mic, really made this a game changer. What I also like is there's quite a few capabilities I have not used. I haven't used the digital zoom or the product feature or anything like that. But having this camera, to me, makes using my iPhone obsolete. Because I found when I would go to shows, I would use my iPhone to capture portrait, and then I would use my DJI Pocket 1 to do my vertical videos. I can do it all in this one video, so that is something key right there. I don't need, yes, there are some steps involved, but I don't need to pull out my iPhone, and then I can connect wirelessly to the device, which is also another plus. I can connect wirelessly to the device, download the videos, and have instant access to it. So with that being said, thanks for checking out the video. Please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Peace.